how do you get financing to launch a business consulting company or maintain an existing one? Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about during today's training. I'm going to teach you everything you need to know to get money for a business consulting company. We're going to talk about exactly what lenders look at to determine if you should be approved or denied. We're going to talk about the 3 C's cash acquisition formula and how you can know within seconds the type of financing you can get approved for. We're going to take a look at the type of business credit reports and other information lenders are looking at to make all kinds of decisions about you and what you can do to improve these aspects to be able to get more money at better terms. And if you stick around to the end, I'm going to get you access to our funding vault of 27 killer ways to get money to grow your business. We got a lot to cover, so let's dive in. If you're looking to start a business consulting company or expand and grow a current one, then you already know that you're going to need capital to do so. So how do you get money as a business consulting business? Well, ultimately, there's 3 ways to do it, and I call this the 3 C's cash acquisition formula. It's really simple to learn, and once you learn it, you'll know exactly the type of financing you can get approved for. So with the 3 C's cash acquisition formula, there's 3 different ways that lenders are typically going to give you money. The first is based on collateral. So any kind of collateral you may have in your business or outside of your business can potentially be used to qualify you for financing. So for example, on the personal side, if you have stocks and bonds, you could borrow as much as 90% of the value of those stocks and bonds and get a loan or credit line as low as 5% interest, where personal credit doesn't even matter. The best thing is it doesn't even have to be your stocks and bonds. You could tap into somebody else around you, like a family member, friend, potential investor. And the best part is that you still earn interest on those stocks and bonds while you're leveraging them to get the money you need to start and grow the business. You can do the same thing with 401k and IRAs as well. As a matter of fact, you can borrow as much as 100% of the value of a 401k or IRA to launch or maintain your existing business consulting business. Now, that being said, there's other kind of assets that can be pledged as collateral as well. But if you're in business consulting, then one of the most common things you could tap into is what's called AR financing or account receivable financing. And what this is it allows your customers to come in, pay you on terms, and then take the fact that they're paying you on terms as collateral to be able to get financing. The nice thing is you can get interest rates lower than 1.5%. Personal credit doesn't matter, and cash flow doesn't matter either. As long as you have receivables from customers that owe you that money, you can leverage those in order to get financing. Now, do you have commercial real estate? Do you have residential real estate, commercial vehicles, inventory equipment? There's all types of assets that could typically be pledged as collateral for asset-based financing. But again, the most common ones you're going to run into when you have business consulting have to do with stocks, bonds, 401ks, IRAs, or account receivables. Now, the second C of this 3C formula is credit. If you have good personal credit, well, then a lot of financing opens up for you as well, including a program called Credit Line Hybrid. Now, with Credit Line Hybrid, you can get approved for as much as $150,000, even as a brand new business. It's no doc financing. You don't need tax returns, bank statements, any type of income docs to get approved because it's stated income. You get 0% rates for up to 18 months, so perfect if you're making major acquisitions, deploying major marketing campaigns, or even getting your business off the ground. You can tap in and pull the cash out of these credit lines at 0% as well for any type of expense that you can't use a typical credit line for, and it's typically easy to get approved. It's unsecured. You don't need collateral. You don't need cash flow. All you need is good personal credit. Now, typically, you should have a 680, 700 score or higher FICO score on the consumer side in order to get approved. If you don't have that, you could tap into that of a guarantor. So again, a family member, a friend, a potential investor, you can use their personal credit in order to qualify for Credit Line Hybrid as well. Credit Line Hybrid is also a great way to build your business credit. By building business credit, you can get all kinds of other kind of credit without a personal guarantee and without a personal credit check. But you've got to establish a business credit profile, and the easiest way to do that is using a program like Credit Line Hybrid, where the credit lines report to the business credit reporting agencies, helping you establish that profile and score and helping you get very high future credit limit accounts without a personal guarantee and credit check. So Credit Line Hybrid is a great way to get money to launch or to maintain your business just based on personal credit. And the third C is cash flow. Once your business is generating 6 months worth of consistent cash flow, there's all kinds of other financing that becomes available. And like the other aspects of the 3 C's formula, if you have cash flow, you don't need the other C's. You don't need to have good personal credit. You don't need collateral. All you need is the consistent cash flow to qualify for financing. Merchant cash advances, term loans, cash flow financing, as well as all kinds of credit lines become available just with 6 months worth of consistent revenue. Fundbox, Bluevine offer great credit lines in this space. So does PayPal, Square, and Stripe if you're using those methods to accept payments from your customers. That's the 3 C's cash acquisition formula. You've got to look at where your strength is. Whether it's cash flow, credit, or collateral, you can get financing just based on having one of those strengths. And the more strengths you have, the better the financing you can qualify for. So for example, you can get an SBA loan, which is really what all business owners want to basically grow into, with having all 3 of these. By having cash flow that's consistent and verifiable with tax returns and bank statements, by having good personal and business credit, and by having collateral to offset the lender's debt, you can qualify for SBA loans, which are long-term and low interest rates. So remember, if you have all the C's, you're able to qualify for that kind of financing, but even with one of the C's, you can still qualify. But what if you have none of them? What if you have bad credit, you don't have cash flow, and you don't have any kind of collateral? Well, that's when business credit can really be your savior. Because with business credit, you can start getting all kinds of high-limit business credit cards very quickly. You'll start off with vendor accounts at places like, for example, Quill. You'll also then go and from that point to retail store credit, which is places like Office Depot, Staples, Best Buy, the kind of places that sell all the equipment, office furniture, everything you're going to need to run your business. And then you'll even graduate to be able to qualify for fleet credit, where you can fuel vehicles, repair, maintain vehicles. You can get auto financing. You can even get Visa card, MasterCard, bank credit, all without a personal guarantee, all without a personal credit check, and regardless of cash flow, credit, or collateral. So make sure you think about business credit as a great way to fund your business. Even if you can qualify for the other kind of financing, by establishing your business credit, it's going to help you get more money at better terms. So how do you tap into all this? Well, you give us a call for a free consultation. On a free consultation, there's 3 things we're going to do for you. First, we're actually going to do a fundability assessment. We're going to look at the exact things that lenders and credit issuers look at to determine what you need to fix to help you radically improve your chances of getting approved. We're also going to come in and help you get your business credit reports with Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, Experian, go over those with you and give you tips and tactics to even initially establish your business credit or continue to grow it if it's already established. And we're going to do a funding qualification. We're going to talk to you about all the kind of funding that your business specifically can get right now. All of that happens on a free consultation, so give us a call at 877-600-2487 to get that. You can also schedule online at creditsuite.com/consult. Plus, I've got 2 really cool free resources for you as well. The first is our funding vault that has 27 killer ways to get money for your business, a lot of which we didn't talk about today. You can get that at creditsuite.com/27 ways. And grab our free step-by-step business credit building guide that walks you through the exact steps you need to know to get business credit without a personal guarantee and credit check by visiting creditsuite.com/EIN. Did you get value from this training? If so, make sure you like and subscribe and keep your eye out for our next training where we talk about more cool ways to get money to start and grow your business.